big
bully,
fucking bulky meathead bully,
a beathead. Yeah, because like I guarantee you, there are stories that I can tell that I'm pretty sure you can tell from you were in high school. And there's that one coach, and you're like, this motherfucker really thinks he's a hard ass.
I get it. Jacksonville hasn't had a good offensive line, and their defensive line is rebuilding, so maybe they want to.
What has he done to earn that job though? Like,
but there's other ways.
Urban Meyer only gave him the job because he knew him, and he wanted to put aside all the mountains of evidence against him. Like, let me hire this dude with very clearly questionable character. Like, maybe we should question Urban Meyer's character. Which is why I'm like, he's going to fail as a Jaguars head coach. And if he ruins Trevor Lawrence, you can just timestamp this episode.
I don't know if he's going to fail, though. I think it's just...
Okay.
I mean, it's Jacksonville.
He's never coached a room full of grown men.
I also know better than to just write him off, too. Because
in college.
He is willing to do whatever it takes to win, even if it means doing questionable shit. So
morally unethical and borderline racist things like hiring this dude on your staff.
But I think
you got a locker room full of black players.
It just came down to, is Chris Doyle the hill I want to die on? No.
That's what I'm saying.
Nobody's trying to die over Chris Doyle. But
is a Zoom hallway room the room you want to die on?
Saying, like, you know, we don't even need to talk about that any much more. You know, how often do we talk about strength and conditioning coaches? Like,
but there's all those Chris dudes Doyle, are like,
he had a 20 year career of microaggressions and
racism,
probably some service too,
and assholery.
Probably also a lot of assholery along with whatever else, but. He's done, guys like him, not to be cliche, but their time is up.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and they're all around sports.
We know better.
And they're slowly dying out.
We're doing better.
Yeah, and I'm like, why even hire him? Like, Urban Meyer, you couldn't have found a woman to do that? Yeah. You can't say women can't do that now, because look what the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did. So my thing is, if you're going to scream diversity, now you have to be like, well, why didn't you hire a woman? Why didn't you hire a black person? Why didn't you hire such and such? Because clearly they did it.
The only team with a minority owner.
Okay, you got to miss me with the minority bullshit because the owner actually done some racist shit in the past too. We just don't talk about it, but he supported Trump.
But I'm just saying it doesn't matter.
But
the optics of it.
Yeah, but the optics of a dude being a Trump supporter and saying I'm a minority, like. That doesn't
But there was millions of people like that.
Yeah, but when a dude there are. But if he thinks like the same, but if he thinks like the same racist, messed up people, then you're not getting diversity.
I'm not defending the owner's character. All I'm saying is the optics of it for a league that continues to get buried for being
hypocritical,
less than progressive, and hypocritical. Sure.
That's all I'm pointing at. Like
the optics of it doesn't. It's not worth it. You know.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like let's move on. I'm tired of talking about this Chris Doyle dude. Like, fuck him.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Him, but fuck him.
Nah, fuck him. I tell him to his face. I wish he would do something. But anyway, like you got to stand up to bullies. But yeah. Anyway, so Deshaun Watson.
I just ignore bullies. I go through them.
I can't. Nah, you can't ignore a bully. Sometimes you got to whoop a bully's ass in front of everybody. Sometimes violence is the answer. Shout out to Shayna Baylor. Damn. Sometimes violence is the answer. It just is. You got to stomp somebody's fucking head into the concrete to let them know, like, hey, you can't go around doing that to people. And because, in high school, I knew coaches like that, and I didn't like that shit. And like that just it boils my blood. It gets me to a certain point. Like, bro, we don't have to. I just look around like we don't have to take this shit from him. Like, you gotta, whatever.
So much for positive reinforcement.
I feel like positive reinforcement only works if you know, like, okay, we're all gonna stand against this. But if people are on the fence, you can't really have positive reinforcement because half the room will condone foul shit that everybody just saw. Like, and then that creates a toxic culture. But, you know, Urban Meyer's used to toxic culture in his locker room. And that you can't, like, we can't pretend that didn't happen. But anyway, you know, just look at Florida. Shout out to the Pouncey twins. They retired this week. Mark, the first Pouncey's definitely going to the Hall of Fame. 9-time Pro Bowler. And only had, like, 2 years he was hurt. And I think he played, 13 years? He's a Hall of Famer.
Something like that, yeah.
Hall of Famer. But, so Deshaun Watson's QB coach, Quincy Avery, question: what does it take to get a QB traded? With Wentz being traded. So take your tangent on that.
I mean, I get what he's saying. I'm gonna defer to you. Go ahead.
Well, I mean, it's going to be. I think it takes a lot on who the taker's going to be, what they can do, in the moment. I mean, look at what people actually go for, and it's like such extremes. I mean, we've already talked about LA already trading so much for Stafford in exchange, and then Carson Wentz is the other pick from 2016, but he went for a lot less. So it's just really, what can he do? And I think one reason the Bears got out of the trade, because I think they actually had more on the table, is that Carson didn't want to go over there. So like the only place that Carson really wanted to go was the Colts, and there wasn't anybody else put anything on the table. So it's just a matter of somebody's like, who's actually going to put something on the table, and is that team going to bite? Really is.
I mean, that's the thing, is like, it's like, I get what he's hinting at, like, oh, you know, the white QBs are empowered and the black ones aren't, and maybe that's true.
And but I think it's organizational failure.
I also don't know if it's like, do you want a black quarterback if you're a racist? Because the convention of wisdom says no. But maybe it's different now because you're in Houston and because it's, you know, cool to be quote unquote woke. But I don't know.
I think it's more of
I get what the tweet is hinting at, but I don't know if that's that.
I get what it's hinting at, but I'm going to go more with, like, the basis of the tweet. Like, how shitty of an organization do you have to be to not just fucking trade me? Like, get me out of here. It's not that hard. You don't want me, I don't want to be here. Again,
well,
you can just go back and listen to all the analogies.
I think the organization still wants him there, to be honest.
No, they want the value of him if they get rid of him.
Quarterback in the second year of a
monster
second contract don't get traded usually.
Doesn't matter. This is a whole new NFL. These generations of QBs aren't taking it.
Yeah, but money still talks.
The ones that do, Carson Wentz's and Jared Goff's, you know, they come with red flags. They come with asterisks. Like, there's a reason why you're getting them. But if Deshaun Watson is like an unprecedented sort of get at quarterback. That's why I'm telling you. Like, you're not just gonna get Deshaun Watson with whatever Kenny can come up with off the top of his head.
Nah, like, I'll give you a couple more scenarios.
It's going to take
at least 2 first-round picks.
At least 2 first-round picks and 2 starters.
Which is true. But, I mean, as long as it's not a star player on defense, I think they're fine. Like, as long as it's not like the whole offense is gone, that's the key. But, yeah, I totally agree with this tweet because it's like, bro, you're a shitty organization. Like, the Eagles, who are in salary cap hell, found a way to move Carson Wentz, and he had the richest contract in NFL history at the time. But you can't move me? That's bullshit. You don't want to. And you're trying to play. And
I just hope the Raiders don't extend Derek Carr.
I just hope. I would literally give up Derek Carr and Josh Jacobs and 2 first-round picks to get Deshaun Watson today. I wouldn't even wait until my birthday. I would do it right now this second.
Okay, I mean, I think that puts you in the
ship his ass out on a mega bus. Huh?
I think that puts you in the conversation.
Yeah.
Because all you need is receivers around Deshaun Watson. You don't need a star running back.
I'll pick up the phone on that. But
you want something else? You know what? I'll give you a second round. I'll give you 2 1s and a 2.
Oh shit! I'll throw Jonathan Abram in that deal too.
Yeah, you can have Abrams and Arnett. I'll give you Abrams and Arnett, and you give me a third and a fourth.
Shit, you can have
Abrams and Arnett, bro.
The other dude's name?
David Arnett.
Oh, Nassib. You can have that dude.
Who?
Carl Nassib.
Carl Nassib? Nah, he's a backup.
Yeah, there you go.
They might want Crosby though.
You can have Crosby too.
That's what I'm saying.
But he got the team to handle him, so he stayed. But
I'm like, you can take David Arnett, Abrams, 2 first-round picks, Josh Jacobs, Derek Carr. Give me Deshaun Watson. And Brandon Cooks.
That's it.
And then I'll draft a guard because Richie Incognito's on his way out, and they got a hole at guard. And give me a third and a fourth-round pick. But anyway.
I'm over time, so.
All right. Well, so I got 2.
We just figured out Deshaun Watson's Raiders, though.
We really did. So I got one last thing for you. And dip. You can either answer Tim Tebow retires from baseball or the NCAA extends the recruiting dead period to May 31st. I'll let you pick which one you want to go on the take or tangent on.
Wait, Tim Tebow retires? Or?
From baseball, or the NCAA extends the recruiting dead period to May 31st. You get to pick one.
Honestly, I didn't even know Tim Tebow was still playing baseball. Like, I had no idea. I thought he stopped playing like 3 or 4 years ago. I thought he was like still doing the Pastures thing or whatever.
AAA or whatever.
But yeah, man, shout out to Slam Diego, re-signing Tatis.
Big money.
Go Padres.
Slam Diego. Living in LA.
Slam Diego, baby.
Blasphemy.
Well, so you wanna just give your take and dip? What's on your mind?
All right. Am I giving my rant, you mean?
Yes.
Yeah, you said you got to go.
All right.
Turn the TV down in the background.
I don't have a lot of shit to get off my chest this week. It's been an okay week. It was a short week. I had Monday off. Shout out to you, Kenny. Happy birthday, man. Stay safe.
Thank you.
Don't be kissing none of these girls in the mouth. It's COVID. And
through the mask.
You know, 29.
No comment.
Time to really sit back and reflect, man. You know, 20s are done. They're out there. So, what's the last year you're gonna be about? Is it a time to like reminisce on the 20s? Is it time to prepare on the 30s? I don't know. I'm not 29 yet, but you are, and you're old.
Fuck you, bro.
But for real, man, have a happy birthday. Proud of you. Love you. I'll be out celebrating my grandpa on my dad's side who passed away. It's also been a year since my other grandpa passed away, so it's an anniversary that's been on my mind. But death is part of life, and doesn't necessarily have to be a sad thing. That's why when the time comes to celebrate, you know me, I always celebrate. So
turn up.
Hopefully we can turn up soon. We got a lot of birthdays to count. Because we all know COVID birthdays don't count.
They don't. So. Is that the episode title?
COVID birthdays don't count.
Yep, that's the title.
So technically we're all 27.
Yeah. Lit. That's
all right,
lit.
Man. Well, have a good weekend. Eric, peace. Izzy, peace. Love you guys.
And Pete, remember, you're a part of your grandfather's legacy, so you gotta celebrate.
I know. Of course, that's what I'm saying. This time a year ago, think about where we were, and it's like now